Good day, friends. Welcome to another daily race in Gran Turismo 7. We get the race this week on the amazing Watkins Glen course, which was just added with the latest update. I didn't have much time to set a qualifying lap and managed to qualify 9th. Now, this race requires use of both the medium and soft tires, and you will get quite a big penalty if you don't. So I decided to try to go start the race on the medium compound, which will give me a longer stint than the folks starting on softs. Joining this race 4 laps in, you can see the folks in the lead in the softs are all having to pit because their tires are falling off. And at this point in the race, it is of extreme importance for us to make as much time during this switchover as possible to really fall into those medium tires and set a good couple of laps to set us up for the last half of this race, of which we will come out on the softs and have the speed advantage. Coming up to the bus stop ahead, the American behind applies much less brakes than I do and comes right up behind me after the bus stop. Going on to my onboard, at this point I do notice the green BMW behind me and seeing how close they are getting, and just kind of acknowledge that I'm going to have to keep my eyes on them. So you can see me look in the rear view. They come up on the outside. At this point, I'm just going to hold my line on the inside, not much I can do, and just follow through. And it's this moment in the race that I haven't realized the sheer amount of rage I have unleashed in the American and the BMW behind me. Now, the good thing when you're dealing with an aggressive, just bully of a driver is they're going to be compromising their speed. Even though the American is rightfully faster than I am, their anger and just trying to bully their way past is going to cause them to be much slower than they usually are. And the American just cuts the track, hits me, and just launches themselves into the straight. Now, that contact that they're doing on the straight is slowing them down quite a bit. You can hear them just slam into me a couple times down here. And at this point, doing the same move I did before that pissed them off on the inside and keep it on. And I thought that I'd lost them, but then all of a sudden, boom, right in the rear view, they hit me again and they're right back. Now, just to watch this again, what the importance of keeping to the inside when dealing with an aggressive driver is it doesn't matter when they hit you, because if you have the inside of the track, it's going to be very hard for them to hit you out into the shadow realm, of which the American kind of does to themselves here and rejoins. Now, I'm very worried about the driver behind me, and entering the bus stop, I just got to keep to my guns, stay inside, and prevent as much damage as possible. At this point, they're so angry, they try to pit maneuver me by spinning my car. It doesn't work, and because I kept the inside, I can stay out front and take advantage of the speed they're losing by their aggressiveness, of which you can see is causing them to miss the apex of these corners and just bleed that speed that they would need to be able to pass me with. Now, all that rage that is built up in them as they hit me again, they've forgotten about that half-second penalty, which allows me just to lift, let them by on this last corner, and to add insult to injury, just ghost through their car and take the position back as soon as they serve the penalty. Now, getting back to where I was in the race strategy, we're on lap 6, knowing that the 4 laps seem to be where other folks' tires were falling off. At this point, I want to pit. I know I have the American behind me who is just livid. I don't want to deal with them anymore. I also have the other American who is probably the rightful lead of the race. At this point, it's time for us to pit, to go onto the soft tires, to really open up our race for the upcoming laps. As we pull into the pits and put on the soft tires, we get to really kind of enjoy the delivery we have on this Supra. It's a Fast and the Furious tribute. We can kind of see a lot of the damage on the back of our car that the unhinged driver kind of did to us. But we entered second, ended up coming out of the pits in 11th or 12th. And we'll just fast forward to the last little bit of the race. Was able to make up a lot of positions and join this group because I was on the softs. And if you remember, at the start of the race, it was a requirement to serve laps on both the medium and soft tires. So I wasn't able to really pass this group. But coming up to the finish, the lead driver here failed to run on both of the required tires. And you can watch them as we cross over fall down the leaderboard. So the Davo there has a minute penalty and just drops down as everyone finishes. And you can actually see Mr. Olwell there came up 9th overall. So I guess they had a little bit more trouble after our little scuffle there. So 6th overall, not a bad finish. Thanks for watching. Just remember, dealing with bully drivers, hold your position, don't let them force their way by you, and keep to the inside, and the laws of physics will save you. Cheers.